Live streaming is on
in the last year, and one of the features that catch me from him is his peculiarity form to defend his point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he defends his point of view with a ferocious manner,
Mm-hmm.
with a tenacious and unfundable manner.
Mm-hmm.
I saw an encounter with him and other researchers from VUB, and I was shocking on how Francis defends so tenacious, so ferocious his point of view, and I hope that during my defense he could give me some flexible manner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a good point for Francis. This is a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, what my impression of Francis was that he's in general quite admissive to different ideas, and he's not much attached to the mainstream ideas. So it's okay for the ideas to be more out of the mainstream, but there are a few arguments or perspectives that he really doesn't like and does not admit at all. And I encountered one of them because I had written a part of my thesis where I was investigating determinism and predictability. So if we know everything, it's like a reductionist view, and we know everything, we add it all up, and then we can predict the future. But I was investigating it and dismissing it. But he hadn't read all of it, or not thoroughly, or and he was exactly as you said. He was ferocious. He was really angry. He kept sending me emails. It's not okay because look at this email with that guy of 5 years ago, and I told him to leave the Clea, and I don't want you near, and I don't know what. So he exploded. And then I had to come back. Well, I wouldn't say begging, but I had to really. So he said, "Okay, so write up what you want, and why did you write this?" And I had to explain myself to him. So it was not an exchange of ideas. It was just he was the professor and I was the graduate. Explain yourself. So I had made like a sort of an essay on this backdrop of this situation, and I was completely in his field, on his side. You know, I was feeling exactly like I don't believe at all in that, but he had some I don't know, a spark, and then boom. yeah. So, but other than that, he's mainly invisible. To me, so either he's very explosive or invisible. So, yeah.
Wow.
And do you know Marta as well, or no? Marta Lenartovic.
Yeah, I saw her a few times.
Right.
But I don't have the pleasure to meet her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, but she's in a very different. She's a different job, but also a very different subject from yours. I think she's completely into social systems and cognition. So I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second. Staan we 1-0 achter, Katelijn? Oh. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, the national team is playing, but they just kicked off, the Dutch national team. Okay. But they're one behind already after 15 minutes. So I don't have to go. It's a nerve-wracking exercise normally, but yeah. So I did not send an article or anything. So what are we going to? What is your topic of choice today? But you sent something, Gabriel.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm very late with the send. I only could send yesterday, but I don't know. It's a good topic to discuss today. Maybe
Okay.
next week or in other session,
Okay.
because it's a very interesting topic. But I prefer that you can read with more time.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
No worries. So what else have we got?
I don't know if a good topic to talk, but last week I need to change a lot of my thesis proposal. It's not too much, but it's a lot of work that I need to do because Thomas and I discussed about it and we found that it's too heavy, too much for a master degree thesis. So we defined it to get a little short thesis with a more specific topics or objective goals. And that in this moment, I remember about the feedback in this kind of situation, because I think Fabricio maybe live the same with his thesis, because all the time you need to include things or put apart another. So it's very cybernetic. It's a cybernetic process. So no, I don't know. It's a good topic to discuss a little bit.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
had many opportunities to make it smaller, and but it's always more. I don't know, if you make it smaller, then there's a lot of work from that.
Yeah,
Paradox.
because I in when I talked with Thomas, maybe I have a lot of work done. So we look it, and he told me you need to change that and this and that, and give me a guidelines to work. But 1 week after that, I have improving in the proposal, but I need a lot of time more to do make change and other stuff.
But is it only like textual? Is it only in the changes to the text, or is it the whole objective? The research question has changed.
Oh, the title is changed, the objective is changed, but maybe it's less than the goals, the first goals, but I need to put focus in other stuff. So
Yeah. What about you, Fabricio? Is your scope more or less secure? The scope of your research?
Yeah, sure. Actually, Thomas has been saying to me that is a properly way to only put more ideas from other authors in order to support my arguments. But the object of the research and the objectives are apparently well cemented, and well, this is a good read for me.
Yeah.
And but the principal weak point, the principal areas of opportunity for my research is about put more arguments, work more in the state of the art. And yeah, I think this is I'm not bad at all.
Yeah. Okay. I remember that first I was working with Marta, and she thought it was important that let's say that the arguments were organized as chapters of a book, like in any thesis. And she said it's very important that that there's an introduction in which you kind of summarize what's happening in the chapter, and at the end you kind of sum it up and make a conclusion. And so I did a lot of work, make all the introductions. It's difficult. It's okay because now you get a very quick overview of this is going to happen, and in the end, this is what I've learned from this chapter. So I put it in whatever 12 chapters, all this stuff. Then I asked Thomas to enter because of the COT knowledge. So because I wanted to make chapters on COT and see if we could get from the conceptual framework to a concrete model of the firm. Which never happened in the end, so it disappeared to the recommendations in the end. So there's some stuff about it, but anyway, Thomas comes in and says, "Why is everything twice or three times in every chapter? Take out the introductions, take out the conclusions." So when I delivered it. So I said, okay, it's sort of finalized. Have a look at this. This is 300 pages, and we ended with 200 pages. So it was a hell of a lot of work to do that. And then I worked towards this COT stuff. So it was a lot of work again, which was the main reason for Thomas to enter as well, because that would make it interesting for him also. And then we decided in the end it's too much. It's another PhD, so never mind that COT. Put it in the recommendations and leave it at that. Hey, so it's always like that. It's never a structured project. It's always like changing a lot. But I must say that in the end, I sort of wanted to close it also. Because now all the ideas are there, and that was just a way of just. Like packaging it and getting it good. Then you ask the jury, they come back. Well, that's the PhD, not the master yet. They come back with the comments, and then I was very effective to that. So just put the answers to the questions in the text, as good as it gets, and because it repeats a little bit through the text, so you have to put one question has impact on various places in the text. I knew it almost by heart at the time. But it's a hard work, but then you need to close it at some time because you can go on forever studying and researching these things, and making new interesting remarks and stuff. And so I don't know, but you need Fabricio to get more state of the art articles or references or. or is it like your positioning in the literature?
Yeah, it's only the only work that I need to do right now is only put more effort and attention in the state of the art. And as a matter of fact, Thomas had I don't know how to Thomas took up or took away from my thesis one structural point, one structural focus, because in a beginning way, my research it was addressed to the quantum mechanics scope
Mm-hmm.
in order to enhance the resilience. But Thomas, after um, uh, after an assessment, various assessments that he applied to my research, he took the decision that they took away this focus and
Mm-hmm.
only apply the resilience in a system dynamic focus.
Yeah.
And therefore, I work again since almost since the beginning, and in order to restructure
Mm-hmm.
thesis. And yeah, I this is um, the little handicap that I suffer
Yeah,
on,
because you
on
had
my
already a thesis and now you're rewriting it to this new
almost
objective.
almost rewrite about 30% of my research,
Mm-hmm.
but well, um, the finally I got the point that Thomas have, have has been desired for my thesis. And
Yeah, yeah. So, but what was the reason to move away from the quantum mechanics then?
the reason was that it well he said that uh, it was a point of view much more incredible. I don't know how to say it. It requires the focus of quantum mechanics that I was using. It requires more empirical proofness,
Mm-hmm.
and
Proof.
that's the difficult in order to um, convince the publishers
Mm-hmm.
or the viewers, because uh, generally the resilience is reaching out more empirical words, and
Mm-hmm.
that will be a problem in order for that will be a problem if I continue with the quantum mechanic focus.
Mm-hmm.
That's the principal reason. But
Okay,
well,
for the reason of empirical proof, or
yeah,
lack of empirical proof. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And what
And,
in your Go ahead.
but the work that I have done about the quantum mechanics for my research, I only put it in a standby point,
Mm-hmm.
because I would like to uh, enhance and put more develop on it in a long time, no,
Mm-hmm.
in a future time, in order to get a published paper or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in a standby.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I get that. And what, Gabriel? What to what, in what sense did you change or make amendments to your research question to make it more specific?
We I feel we down a step because if you remember, we are researching in ecological system.
Yeah.
And when we talk, we understood that it's a lot of work to do, and it's like a PhD thesis. It's a lot more than a master degree thesis. So we put focus only in ecological systems because Thomas has had other works, other research about theoretical development in COT and ecological system.
Yeah.
So we put focus in real ecological systems to do a new step in order to apply COT and with real data. And
I remember that you said that there was like first like a reference phase whereby you could compare the outcomes of the COT with the outcomes of another model and then verify the COT model for this kind of work.
Exactly.
And then in the second phase to introduce people and their people behavior into the system to expand it from there on. Yeah. So now it's the first step.
Yeah.
That's
the first step, but we open it in two goals. One in a specific biological system, ecological system that Thomas and Daniela worked in 2021. That they research with another with an ecologist, and we are worked with this guy this year and improve this model, and we include that that system that we don't consider it in the beginning, and so we put this new goal and maintain the other idea for the Iceland, because we have a partner to research, a researcher partner that has data and a lot of knowledge about the Iceland and other stuff. To me, it's good. It's a good decision because I have I have an idea for the PhD, and I can do one thing that is not done already, because only have we only have theoretical things in between COT and ecology. So it's a good step, a first step.
It's a good step. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay. So Fabricio, what do you advise to Gabriel?
Well, well, my advice will be to keep in touch with the ecology line, with the ecology mainstream, and whatever. If you could take the CUT theory or another one, I think that you could take more theories about the ecologies. As a matter of fact, there are other ramification of this ecology, such as ecology economics, and other types that you could put into your research. And I think that you could this mix about ecologies and other theories, not only the COT, could you delve into more advantage of your research? Well, I think.
Okay. And what about you, Gabriel? What do you advise to Fabricio to finalize his thesis in Q1 next year? Fabricio. As they say, it's never finished. The PhD is never finished. It's abandoned.
Yeah.
So okay, it goes no further. It's frozen. Let's go.
My advising to Fabrizio, I think, will be that is in the same order that to me, because sometimes we need to fly away things that we want to do in order to finish the research, because it's very important to finish. The most important thing is finish well and do a good job. But if we try and sometimes we lose the time and we can do a very good job, but and we can have opportunity to continue. Maybe you can do a postdoc with the quantum mechanics things included in this field or on another field. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think this can be my advice.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that, because in a master's thesis situation, normally you are, of course, Gabriel, already experienced with science in another master already, but in principle there's still a student tutor relationship, teacher student relationship. But in the case of a PhD, you are now there's no student and teacher relationship anymore, because you are now being trained to become. So now you're here, and here is the supervisor, and there's the professor, more or less, or whatever. And now you're coming along, and they're just pushing, keeping you down a little bit, and then you have to fight. You have to fight your way up. So now, at some point, I remember that I was also tired of, now it's this, and now it's this, and now it's scope, and now it's a detail, and now it's more references, and now it's an introduction, and there's a conclusion, and now take out the introduction, take out the conclusion. You have too many references. And at some point, I just, no, it's not going to happen. It's done. It's done. I'm going to find my jury. It's I'm tired of it because they are the first guys you have to convince that you are now there, and then it's the jury you have to convince also. Okay, and now you're a PhD.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's it. That it's kind of a realization. I was tired of it. I wanted to finish it, and then of course you have to do work and make up the last points. But now it converges to an endpoint and a date for the private defense, then the public defense, and then you start making arrangements and order the beer and the food, and that's fun.
Yeah,
Anyway.
right.
Yeah, so Gabriel, do you, just on a different note now, do you know this institute that Thomas was visiting the past few days? Is for
Exactly the place, no, but one research of this center was in my university. I don't know, one month ago, and he presented or introduced the center, and probably I will come to the center when I come back to Chile after my trip in Europe, because there are a lot of ecologies, and it's a very good place to isolate and and work and write and work
to make
with my
progress.
thesis. So,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
but is it close to Santiago, or is it a little bit far?
Yeah.
It's not far.
1.5 hour. 1.5 hour
At the coast.
Yeah, in bus. Yeah. In car, I think by car, I think one hour or more or less. Yeah.
It looks cool. Cool. Great.
Yeah, it's a very nice place, beautiful place, and it's very close to Santiago. So
nice.
You can go for the weekend or for 3 days, and it's nice. It's very nice. And the place specifically is in I don't know the word, but in a corner of when you can. Thomas told me that you can see the Shia from your window.
Yeah, he said
you can work and
look at the
and
sea.
Yeah,
that's brilliant, eh? Yeah, that's really
and the forest and the
from
other stuff.
I think it was a kind of a meeting room or something, or a classroom, and then was view of the sea. Lovely.
Yeah.
But it is, so it's an ecological institute, but for marine biology or something. For sea research. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I know a lot of people go there to share with another researcher and to do their research. They have a very good infrastructure, so
nice.
And the place is amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah.
Because you should be able to see. Because is there also whales passing by that part? Whales, they're passing there also, or no, of orca.
Yeah. I think that is possible because they are very strategic to put the center there. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fabrizio, where would you like to be? Or is Brussels your favorite place? You like the temperature already? Is it too hot now?
Yeah, right now it's too hot.
Yeah.
It's almost on 28 degrees.
Okay.
Many Belgians are screaming right now, but I don't understand that such as an incredible weather they
Yeah.
have. Yeah, for me for me it's like an gift from gods.
Yeah. Because you were very optimistic in a couple of months ago. You said, no, I like this weather. It's a little bit cold. I like it. I thought, after a while,
Yeah, that's
so
right.
it was about time, eh?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay, guys. What else?
Gabriel, you are already in Chile right now. That's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Uh,
July the 12th, I'll go to Netherlands, to Utrecht, to 1 week, and then the 19th I'll go to Brussels.
July 12th, yeah?
July 12th and July 13th, I'll leave to Amsterdam.
12.
My
From 12
trip
to 15,
is the
you're in
12th.
Utrecht.
Yeah, to the 13th to the 19. I remember. I don't remember exactly.
But you arrive in Schiphol at 12.
Yeah.
And you leave from Schiphol 19.
12, I arrived Saturday 30, and then I to Utrecht. And then I to Brussels.
The final words were clear, but the other words was all messed up. But say it again, please.
Yeah, the internet is good enough.
I arrived to Amsterdam Saturday the 13th.
Okay.
Then I go to Utrecht the same day.
Yeah.
And I will start the course in Monday till the Friday, and then I go to Brussels. I think the Friday, because I only have where rest to this day, and because the conference of IQSA will start in the 22, the Monday 22, and then I'll stay in Brussels till the September 18 or 19, I think.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, so I
because
think
I have
yeah.
the return flight in September 19 in Amsterdam.
Okay. So what I think we should do at least is to meet the three of us in Brussels. Are you going to travel to Mexico, Fabricio, in the summertime, or just stay?
No, I'm going to stay here in Belgium. The next week, I'm going to travel to Copenhagen.
Yeah, because you have a talk there.
Yeah, that's right. That's the reason that I'm not going to stay here with you in this meeting, the next week.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think to go to Mexico until the next February of
Yeah.
2025, hopefully.
Yeah. Sure, of course. Yeah. Because otherwise your mother will not like it also. So. Yeah. All right, guys.
Okay.
So let's leave it at that. And it was great. Let's. Shall we agree to read the article that Gabriel sent for the next time and discuss that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
See you. Nice to see you. Thank you very much.
To you too.
Bye.
Ciao. Bye.
Ciao.